When asked about India's position on the Russia-Ukraine war and its foreign policy goals, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said on Tuesday that India imports less oil from Russia than Europe does in an afternoon. In response to a question at the joint media briefing following the India-US 2+2 ministerial meeting in Washington, Jaishankar said, "If you are looking at energy purchases from Russia, I would suggest that your attention should be focused on Europe, where we probably do buy some energy that is necessary for our energy security. However, based on the figures, I believe our total purchases for the month will be less than what Europe does in an afternoon. So, you might want to think about that." When asked why India does not condemn Russia, External Affairs Minister said, "We have made a number of statements, which outline our position in the UN, in our parliament, and in other forums. And briefly, what those positions state is that we're against the conflict, we are for dialogue and diplomacy, we are for an urgent cessation of violence, and we are prepared to contribute, in multiple ways to these objectives." Meanwhile, when it comes to India's purchase of S-400 air defense systems, U.S. Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken said, "The U.S. has not yet made a determination regarding potential sanctions or potential waivers under the CAATSA law." During the media interaction, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken reiterated what the U.S. President had said: increasing India's purchase of Russian oil is not in India's best interests. India has argued, on numerous occasions, that the purchase of Russian crude oil should not be politicized, particularly since Europe continues to buy energy from Moscow. Meanwhile, Blinken made an unexpected reference to India's human rights record in his opening remarks. He said, "We also share a commitment to our democratic values, such as protecting human rights. We regularly engage with our Indian partners on these shared values, and to that end, we're monitoring some recent concerning developments in India, including a rise in human rights abuses by some government, police, and prison officials." He also said, India's relationship with Russia has developed over decades, at a time when the United States was not able to be a partner to India. He added that, times have changed, and the US was willing to be a partner of choice with India across virtually every realm: commerce, technology, education, and security. India and the United States issued a joint statement following the meeting, urging Pakistan to take immediate, sustained, and irreversible action to ensure that no territory under its control is used for terrorist attacks, and calling for the perpetrators of the Mumbai and Pathankot attacks to be brought to justice. The ministers agreed to keep exchanging information on sanctions and designations against terror groups and individuals, as well as countering violent radicalism, terrorist use of the internet, and terrorist cross-border movement. They also emphasized the importance of upholding international standards on anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism by all countries, consistent with Financial Action Task Force recommendations. Despite what appeared to be increasing pressure from the US, India maintained its position. Delhi has continued to promote dialogue as a means of ending the conflict. It didn't directly criticize Russia, but it did use strong language about the need to respect each nation's sovereignty. Both sides have shown willingness to understand each other's positions on Ukraine, as evidenced by their statements.